Good morning, and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. We've made it to Friday, June 12th, the feast day of Saint John of Sahagun. He was a Spanish priest in the 1400s who was gifted with a special power to penetrate the secrets of conscience. So evidently it was not easy to deceive him, and sinners are almost always forced to make good confessions, which obtained powerful and wonderful results in doing away with enmities and feuds between people and stuff like that. So confession is a good thing. He is the patron saint of the city of Camden and the city of Toledo, both located in the Philippines. Today's gospel is from Matthew chapter 5, verses 27 through 32. Let's begin in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. You have heard that it was said, "You shall not commit adultery." But I say to you, everyone who looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body thrown into Gehenna. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body go into Gehenna. It was also said, whoever divorces his wife must give her a bill of divorce. But I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, unless the marriage is unlawful, causes her to commit adultery, and whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. Okay, we got some pretty intense teachings this morning. So we begin with the teaching about adultery, and then I don't think it's because the teaching about adultery and talking about lustfulness and stuff like that. I don't think it's a coincidence that Jesus follows that up with a teaching about divorce, because of course, and again, never been married, so I have been in dating relationships though, but I'm pretty sure that there's a huge disconnect and a problem and just a difference between a relationship and or marriage with the foundation of lust versus love, because clearly our society as a whole are having some marital issues and family issues, because there is a huge blessing and there's great power of a marital union, and that's that's why divorce is definitely condoned by the church. Not supposed to happen. All right, but of course it's all situational and things happen, and we're all human. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that have marriage backwards, and it really started. I was exposed to it whenever I was teaching. I'd have a lot of students ask me, "Hey, Mr. G, are you married?" I was like, "No," and then they're like, "Well, do you have any kids?" That question shouldn't follow the fact that I've never been married. But that's, it's the world we live in. And unfortunately, that's not considered abnormal anymore. So anyway, the church, of course, clearly takes marriage seriously. It's a sacrament, right? And as far as, my concern, or not my concern, but what the prioritizing should be for a successful marriage of anyone that I've asked and talked to, of married couples, is got to be the prioritizing God first, and then spouse, and then children. I have a lot of marriages that I kind of talk to and kind of observe, I guess, have it backwards, where the children run everything, and then they'll make time for their spouse maybe, and then God, of course, is on the back burner. And those couples who have it in the correct order have a much stronger, more peaceful, happy marriage, from what I've gathered. But otherwise, I could go on my soapbox for this topic for quite some time. But there is great power in a marital union, because especially for your kids, it can be a positive or a negative. You married couples, you are the witness of what they see every day, of what your kids see, of what a marriage is. So it's kind of your duty to make sure that you are dying for yourself, or dying for others, for your spouse. But there's a reason why the Catholic Church and the annulment process is so lengthy, because marriage is a big deal. And if you look at our society, the breakdown of the family is what I personally believe is the main reason behind why our society is the way that it is. But anyway, that's just my own 2 cents. So the challenge is, as I read from Bishop Barron this morning as well, he said a husband says to his wife, my life is no longer about me. It's about you and the children that we have. And then the wife says the same thing to her husband. My life is not about me anymore. It belongs to you and our children. All right, not outside. And that's it. Like, we need more stronger families. So anyway, that is I feel like I'm very scatterbrained today. So the challenge goes to all you married couples, then also all you dating couples. Make sure that you are, marriage is such a powerful thing and has such a great positive influence in our society that we have right now, that you need to, just do a self-reflection of, making sure that you're both trying to grow in holiness, for your own personal sake, and for God's sake, of course. But then that'll naturally help your spouse, which will then naturally help your kids. So that's the challenge. Just do a self-reflection on your marriage and just make sure you die to yourself for the sake of your bride, which is what the commitment you made years ago on your wedding day. Much love, God bless, and keep it real. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen.